I'm going to take the tag die now, and I'm going to take my tag die. I'm going to make sure it's nice and straight. That's going to go into my kit for another project. This in here. And chop those, so you've got those little stitch lines on there, okay? So let's trim that one on there. I'm going to mount it on a bar that goes all the way through the top of those hinges, okay? When we look at where it sits in the unit, you've also got metal inside there as well. So it's metal against metal. It's not plastic against plastic. You've got your metal against the metal bar there as well. So when we look at the lid, can you see we've got words? We've got clear at that side, and we've got rubber at that side. Yeah. Now, why do we need two different? Now, these magnets are the strongest magnets I have ever met in my entire life.
Wow.
Okay. Now, if they stick together like that, don't try and prise them apart. You need to slide them apart. Okay.
You've done that before, Jodie.
Yeah. If you try and prise them apart, you're going to cut yourself or stab yourself. Just slide them apart like so. Okay. Now, if you do drop them onto something hard, disc inside there, okay? So you unscrew that, you take that disc off, and then you screw that all the way down to the bottom, okay? I'm going to put that back on because that's my demo model, okay? Because when you open them, you have got a little reservoir here, okay? This is liquid. So what you need to do is you need to squeeze it, the liquid will come into the reservoir and out of your nozzle. So can you see how liquid that ink is? It is absolutely. These are all card blanks, okay? So straight off the back, you've got your 5x7, 10 of those, 5x7 in cream. You've got your 6x6, 10 of those, 6x6 in white, 10 of those. You've got 7x7, 10 of those in white, and then also 10 of your 7x7 in cream. 5x7s, 6x6s and 7x7s. Love. This in here. And chop those, so you've got those little stitch lines on there, okay? So let's trim that one on there. I'm going to mount it on to go together like that. Please don't try and prise them apart because you're going to stab yourself. What you need to do is slide them.
Give it a little slide.
Under the butt.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Butt bars.
Butt bars. Never thought I'd hear that on
Underneath that.
TV today.
Now, the red rubber is slightly shorter than the clear, and that enables you to get a perfect stamp, because when you're stamping, the butt bar doesn't allow you to press any further down, so you get a nice crisp finish. Okay, now it is if you drop them, they will break in two. That's just the way a magnet is, okay? But if it breaks into two, you've got more magnets.
True.
Yeah, there's no detriment to those magnets breaking in half. Equally so, if they stick together like these two here, don't try and prise them apart because you're going to end up stabbing yourself. What you need to do is put them through your thumb and your forefinger and slide them, okay? And slide them apart. Now, some people wrap them in washi tape. Some people put sellotape around them. But honestly, there's no need. All you need to do is just slide them and they just come apart. Now, but all the Nouveau hybrid inks you can use with anything. You can use with alcohol pens, water-based pens, it doesn't matter, yeah? Now, one of the brilliant bonuses of them is, yes, they do have the names on the front, but they also have the names on the side, so that when you stack them, you can see what colour it is. So even if you're stacking them in a little tub like that, you can easily see the names on the top there. But equally so, these are inch pads, yeah? Really, really nice size pad. You know, die and place it so your picture is right in the very middle, okay? And we're going to put the ribbon through there. Let me just put that die back so I don't lose it. I'm going to bring that ribbon through and just do that as a little overlock, like so. And then I'm just going to cut that ribbon down.
Somebody's nicked the off the top in the middle.
Yeah,
look. Not on yours, on the actual
I know.
counter.
It's because I like to stand them up. Yeah, it's not me. I didn't. So it dries tackier faster. Okay, so yes, you've still got movability there, but there's not as much water in there. So it's superb for three-dimensional products. So you're not having to. Is when we fold him up.
It creates cubic capacity.
It does.
That's what they call it in cars, isn't it?
It does.
Cubic capacity.
But you can see how that comes out at an angle.
Yeah.
It doesn't go straight. Okay.
It gives it a little sort of a slight deco edge, Art Deco edge,
Yes.
doesn't it? You know, that fan sort of look. So if you want to go down the Art Deco route and do something that you've got stock of, papers-wise, that would work, wouldn't it?
It would. So
Don't
just
forget.
actually in three parts. You've got your matten layer, you've got your detail, and then you've got your outside edge there, okay? Now what we're going to use is we're just going to use those two. So we're going to use this one. The top of this, so pull all those up.
So it's more like a neckband.
Yes, yeah, it just keeps everything together.
Yeah.
You just have to manipulate those side panels in to begin with, like so. Just pull it nice and tight in there. Come on, let's out of you. I'm going to have to pull this horrible high-tack tape off the sides.
Okay.
So let's just come down and you literally just placing one over the top of the other, and you're literally making up a little top for your box, okay? Your box is going to come down to here. Those that you can see there are going to be hidden underneath our
your
lid.
Nuvo drops, doesn't it?
It does. Of the little square that comes in your die set. And that there is going to give me the little feet housing unit. So it clips into its housing unit. Brilliant. There's no transfer in your bag, yeah, but also for drying.
Yeah.
Because you wash your brush and then you put it in there and you see there's actually a little gap
Yeah, it kind of
between
levitates,
there.
doesn't it?
So if you sort of put it to one side on a slight slant, your water drips off. So that's in concertina and literally squash all that together as a concertina, okay? And you're going to do that on them all. Make sure that everything is all ready to go. And your first step is to glue two together. So you're literally going to place one over the top of the other, and you're going to leave that to dry for a minute. So while that's drying, we're going to bring in the finial. Okay, now the finial we've cut out of our beautiful glitter mirror card. So we're just going to go around and take off all. Oh, honestly, I've got a roll of double-sided stick.
But we're not having a Christmas party this year, aren't we? I know. I ticked that box. I was like very happy to have a party, but no, we're having a little treat to say, but it's nice to get something, isn't it, which is good. But we can have our own little on-air party. Maybe we'll show some bloopers on air. That would be nice. And if we don't, we'll just create our own.
So just go in and make sure all there, and you've built your little nodule for the top, okay? So just line it all up. You're going to get that faux colouring in the middle, so it looks like it's off. So let me just bring that and open it up. Look how nice these pads are. They're shaped so you can hold them really, really nicely. Now, what is a hybrid ink? A hybrid ink means you don't have to know any difference between an alcohol pen or a water-based pen, okay? You're literally going to use this with everything, okay? But just look at that price, $8.99 for club members with the 3 pads. I mean, that's an absolute Billy bargain. Yeah?
If you want to go, sorry, Jode, if you want to go for that one, a 586.
All the edges, glue tabs, diagonals. So we've got all these diagonals coming in now, look. Let me just fold that up there.
Jode.
Little nozzle right in that top section there. Yeah. Now, if you cut your nozzle there, that's not going to sit properly.
Is this the same with all the size bottles, Jode?
Yeah. Okay. Now you can see is the perfect size for a pin. All right. And it couldn't be any easier.
So if we're thinking about making and selling, Jodie, where are these boxes going to come into play? What are we going to pop in it?
You know, cupcakes for a start.
I like
that. I think, you know, a really nice cupcake in a nice presentation box always sells.
Yeah, a bit of height on there, so you can really give it some welly with the topping.
You certainly can. You can give it a real good squidging of buttercream on the top, yeah. But, you know, sweets in there, rolled up. If you're doing like a cheapish baby gift,
yes,
you could roll socks up in
maybe
there.
You've knitted something or something
yeah,
like that,
you could roll up maybe bibs, what do you call it, muslin cloths.
Yes.
All those sorts of things inside there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and I'm just literally going to bend all these wee little side panels. If I hold it that way, you see that that just folds into itself, comes down and just locks straight over the top of that. So you just need to bend that one. And then that just comes down and locks over the top, yeah? And it's as easy as that. Mm-hmm. But let's have a look at the decoration.
Okay.
Yeah, because the decoration panel in them, thank you. So yes, they will self-level, exactly the same as a Nouveau drop, okay? But if you use it on your stencils or in your media work and spread it out, you see it's got grit.
Wow.
In there, you can actually hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Press that down and it gives you that perfect corner on all your matte layers. It's such an easy tool.
That is great.
And it'll work on
any cardstock size, won't it,
Jodie?
Will.
And it's going to give you a nice corner.
Rounded edge.
All the way around. So you've got all. So in this collection, you have got your bronze and you've also got your silver in there. Now this is a water-based product, but it says expanding. You need to heat this, okay? Oh. So you slap it on as you would a normal mousse, and you get your heat tool and you blast it with heat, and it expands. So the way that I always describe it, it's like rhino hide. It's how I envisage if I was. It's your chalk mousse. Oh. Okay, so you can put this through your stencils, get that beautiful chalky finish. You can also use it as a paint, no problem at all, but it is that chalky finish to it. So in there you've got your black, you've got your blue, you've got your yellow, and I have to say, this looks quite light. When it dries like a bourbon biscuit.
Oh, does it?
The same colour as a bourbon biscuit. Yeah, really, really nice. But it's nice to have that really soft
Palette, I like
palette
that,
to it.
At £13.48, £6 odds on 2 interest-free flexible payments, £6 a couple of pence, if I remember rightly off the top of my head. 525323 is your item number that you're looking at for all four. £6.74 today. And ignore that 2.99 P&P. I know I'm sick of the sound of my own voice. It's 70 pence today. 70.
That's cracking. It actually tells you how far up to put your glitter. Okay, and you don't put anything else in here. You don't put any liquid in here at all. You're just going to put your glitter in. Okay. Now you need a fine glitter, and as you probably know, all Tonics glitter is fine. Fill it to that line there. Okay. Now you can do the finest. So all I'm going to do then is I'm going to reorganise them.
Just gently
tease them into their correct little holes. So they're the ones that actually behaved. Yeah. Some are still in my die cut. Let's get rid of those because we don't want those. Some are still in my die cut. So let's bring the die cut back in. Place that over the top and just help those ones out. Okay, so those ones are in there. So let's realign those ones.
Yeah.
Just help them along into there.